Hi beautiful souls, it's Tan back here again today with you on this Astrology, Human Design and Gene Keys channel with a Synastry video. And today we are going to be talking about Venus, Trine, or Sextile Pluto in the Synastry chart overlay. So if you are interested to get a reading to explore further your connections with another person, then you can visit the links in the description box below as well as in the comment section, and I'd be happy to do a reading for you. Venus, Trine, or Sextile Pluto in a Synastry chart overlay is a very alluring and deep and intimate connection that you can have with somebody else. And it's a good one most of the time. Mostly it's a good one. Venus is representing our self-worth and self-esteem and what we're willing to give to another person in terms of our affection. And Pluto is representing the subconscious and things that we repress and we hide because it's taboo or we feel shameful for it, and how we can get those needs met with another person. But Pluto also rules enlightenment and our ability to let go and be awakened to that part of ourselves. So when you have a trine or a sextile between Venus and Pluto, I'm just going to combine these two together. We can see that the style of the way that the Pluto person is asking something from the Venus person, is trying to get something from the Venus person, their style of doing that is coming across to the Venus person as just right. And what the Pluto person is asking from the Venus person is also just right. It's not too much, as some of the harder aspects can be, or just confusing like the square. But, you know, with the conjunction and the opposition, it's like too much. With the square, it's like confusing. But with the trine and the sextile, the Venus person kind of understands and gets a sense of what the Pluto person wants from them. And they are going to be able to say yes or say no in a way that doesn't cause too much insecurity in the Pluto person because of the style, right? Because of the signs involved here. The signs indicate the style, and if it's coming to a trine or sextile, they are most likely going to be in a style that is sort of easy to have an energy exchange that is harmonious or creative with the sextile and harmonious with the trine. Right? So for example, you could have like, you know, Venus in Gemini and a Pluto in Aquarius, right? Pluto in Libra, Pluto in Aquarius. That would be, okay. Pluto in Libra and a Venus in Gemini. And so because they're both air signs, like when Pluto is asking something from the Venus person, it'll appear a little bit light. Even though it's Pluto, it'll appear light. And so that lightness is making the Venus person feel it's not scary, like the opposition, or it's not icky or confusing or tense like the square, and you know, it's not unstoppable like the conjunction. The Venus person is kind of like, okay, it's harmonious. I can understand the way that you're asking me. I like it. I like the style, your style. And the Venus gives to the Pluto person or talks to the Pluto person, has a communication that doesn't make the Pluto person feel insecure because of the style of the Venus. So you can kind of see how it will play out. So therefore, you know, this can, of course, lead to a lot of intimacy because it's easier for us to be vulnerable to each other. It's easier for us to say, oh, you know, I've always desired this. And the Venus person is like, let's do it, you know. And it's not too much and it's not stepping over somebody's boundaries, right? That's what's happening with the trine and the sextile. However, there will still be a level of drama or a level of possessiveness that can exist between two people because it's still Venus and Pluto. But the way that the Pluto person is showing their jealousy or their possessiveness is not scary or tense for the Venus person. It tends to maybe make the Venus person feel, oh, okay, I'm being desired, but not too much. But they're still working something out here. We're still doing a certain level of self-worth healing. But the way that we're going to ask that from each other is easier and less tense, okay? So it can look like the Venus person is realizing that the Pluto person is giving them attention and intimacy, and so they still will feel that they are depending on the Pluto person to feel a sense of self-worth and self-esteem. But yet, they're sort of like, okay, I'm getting this, you know, validation from the Pluto person, but at the same time, maybe I can talk to them about it in a understanding and easy way so that maybe we can also, both of us, go deeper into ourselves and do our own healing work in terms of our self-worth. You know, there's that open exchange that makes it easier for the two people to work on themselves. But yeah, so that would be my take on Venus trine or sextile to Pluto in Synastry chart overlay. And if you guys do want to get a reading, then visit the comment section and the description box below, and I would be happy to dive into your Synastry chart overlay with another person. And let's look at that together. All right, sending you guys so much love today. Bye.